There's the tornado.
I think we've all, me growing up in a state that also deals with severe weather, I've been on the other side. Like I've been in a basement of our house watching the local meteorologist and getting the information from him with a tornado warning that we are under. And so even though I'm on the other side now, I know what it's like to be taking shelter and relying on the local meteorologist to provide information to keep our family safe. Probably the most important part of our job is the communication. Weather is something that's very complicated, and trying to not make it too simple, but make it understandable to the viewer. So if it's just a day-to-day forecast, they know what to wear that day. Sometimes your weather app might give a high temperature for the day that might occur in the morning, where we have to communicate where a cold front's going to come through. It's going to be colder in the afternoon. Don't dress for that, what the app says, dress for the colder air coming in the afternoon. And in cases of severe weather, for us, we're all weather nerds. And so when we look at radar and we see a circulation, we know exactly what's going on. But the average person is not going to know that. So it's very important to us to communicate where this is going to go, what actions they need to take, whether they need to take shelter or whether they're safe where they are.
Well, just about every season has a few big events for us, and they all definitely have us all at our peak game, I would say. But at the same time, I know Tulsans are generally quite well prepared for the storm season at hand. Nonetheless, every single time we have a tornado potential moving into our city, it gets me incredibly nervous because this is a community I hold so dear, and I think we all feel the same way anytime that we're prepping for perhaps a really big situation that could unfold. So I think for me, being in Tulsa for so long, I've seen Tulsa go through many different types of big weather events, very impactful weather events, and I'm excited to be on the team to help prepare the city and our community all across Green Country for whatever comes next.
I would say that just the amount of weather that we get in throughout Oklahoma, and we get so much during the year. I always kind of joke that, we're never bored with the forecast here because there's something every week, whether there's record high temperatures or even, fire weather to talk about. We had 1 week recently where we had record heat, a record low, and also snow along Interstate 44 along the Oklahoma and Missouri line. So I would say that people pay more attention to the weather here in Oklahoma compared to where I am from in the Pacific Northwest, just because everything can be thrown at you in literally just a couple of days. Yeah.
A flash of lightning, the sound of thunder. It's a thunderstorm, but did you know not all thunderstorms are the same? There are several different types. You've got your single-cell storms, multi-cell storms, squall-line thunderstorms, and your supercell thunderstorms. Let's take a look at the single-cell storms first. These are most common in the summer, often called pop-up storms. Not necessarily organized, but they could pulse to severe levels, in particular when they actually gust out at the end of their life cycle. They can oftentimes produce some damaging wind gusts. Short-lived and usually last less than an hour, so these aren't going to last for hours on end. Now, you get a lot of single cells clustered together at different points in their life cycle. Now we're talking about multi-cell storms. And again, like the single cells, they can be severe, but not necessarily organized severe weather. Flash flooding can be a concern as well with all those storms clustered together. Now, squall lines are a bit more organized. These can stretch for hundreds of miles and often will form along an advancing front. Sometimes, though, they're on their own with what we call a mesoscale convective system, or MCS for short. Widespread severe weather is possible with these, including damaging wind gusts, some hail, and sometimes you can even get some tornadoes on the leading edge of these lines. Let's take a look here at a squall line with its associated shelf cloud here coming right over Woodward. This is from several years ago, and you can see the cool outflow rushing out. That's what's going to produce the damaging wind gusts, and up over that cooler air is the warm, humid air, and you get this amazing shelf cloud feature that'll often form on the leading edge of a squall line. Here's another one here coming over the Gloss Mountains. Again, the cool outflow, that damaging wind is pushing forward, and the warm, humid air is going up over the top of it, creating that cloud feature that we're seeing here. Now, with supercells, all threats of severe weather are going to be possible. These will produce the largest hail and the most violent tornadoes. There are three types of supercells: LPs, which are low precipitation, classic, and HPs, or high precipitation supercells. These can be quite organized and can last for hours. And what separates a supercell from a normal thunderstorm is this right here, a mesocyclone, the rotating updraft. You can just see this turning. This is in southwest Oklahoma from several years ago. We're looking at a time lapse, and that supercell continues to move here. And then underneath the base, sometimes you'll get this to form. That is a wall cloud, and that's where a tornado would form out of this. So the inflow is being pulled into this storm and then riding up the updraft here, and then there's your mesocyclone here to the top. And here's another example here near Colorado, or near Springfield, Colorado. And again, you can see the rotation here of the updraft. Your base of the storm is right here, which is rain-free, where the air is being pulled in, and then most of the precipitation, the wind and hail, will fall off here to the right. So those are your four different types of storms, with the most severe here toward the bottom of the list.
Alrighty, we have been dealing with La Nina pattern over the winter, and that has caused either very dry conditions and also a lot more of that severe risk as we went into the beginning of this year. But now we are transitioning. So La Nina has weakened. We are now going into an ENSO neutral pattern, and that means warmer than normal conditions, especially to our south, and then cooler than normal conditions to the north. This is actually favorable as we go into the springtime and then early summer. And then as we go into winter, that looks to be more El Nino. So right now, in terms of precipitation, we are still neither going to be in La Nina or El Nino. Just things look to be a little bit more average, with a little bit more wetter than normal conditions, especially to the south and east. And this correlates a lot more with what we're seeing with the Climate Prediction Center. So here's the latest spring outlook. We've got April, May, and June still showing favorable conditions for above average temperatures, especially to the west, here in Oklahoma parts as well. And then when we factor in precipitation, we are still looking more average here for central Oklahoma, below average as we go over towards the west, and then above average conditions further towards the east.
And out of those 25 tornadoes, 5 occurred in January, 20 occurred in March. Let's break this down. We did tie a record for tornadoes in January, with the 2023 being 5 for the month. Here for 2026, we hit 5. January is the least likely month for a tornado to occur. January totaled 1950 to 2025, only about 30 tornadoes. Now let's talk about March. We have set a new record. 20 tornadoes for the entire state were reported. 1991, the old record was 17. March is now the 4th most active month for tornadoes. March total 1950 to 2025 is 302. So adding in that 20 would make it 322. So impressive right there. We're keeping a close watch on what we're looking at. We have seen quite an active season so far, with a lot of these happening here in Northeast Oklahoma on March the 6th.
I would say trust. I hope that they come to us and they trust us, because we do it because we love it. I think most of us probably developed a passion since we were little kids. And, most people that get into this business, and most people, whatever your job is, you get into it because you love it and you're passionate about it and you want to do well. You want to be right. And so having that person trust you, come to you and trust you, that's a good feeling. And I think that means you're doing a good job.
Tornado that went through Midtown Tulsa, and that was very late at night. But in August, And so, I mean, we know that tornadoes can happen at any time of the year here in Oklahoma, and that was something that still sticks out in my mind to this day, how that tornado came through the heart of Tulsa late at night.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you can't let your guard down. If the ingredients are there, it doesn't matter what the calendar says sometimes.
Henrietta, Bald Hill, Collinsville, Grove, Blanco, Hartshorn, Webbers Falls, Cookson, McAllister, Tahlequah, different towns, same reality. It didn't happen once, it kept happening.
The winds were pretty loud, probably some of the worst we've ever heard, and we did hear a loud bang.
That sound doesn't care where you are. We know when it's more likely, but here, it's never off the table.
Just ducking for cover, praying, like, dear Lord, please not let this be it. I'm 18, I'm a senior, about to go to college. I don't want this to be it.
And in that moment, people aren't only looking for updates, they're looking for something they trust.
Right now, we've got a confirmed tornado, a tornado in progress here, north side of Owasso. So we need to take those tornado precautions here.
That's the job. Not just explaining what's happening, but helping people decide what to do next.
We got the phone call a few minutes after it started that it's gone, it's gone. All we heard was yelling and screaming, and it's gone.
Because when people hear it and act, it changes everything.
Fort Gibson's a family. I grew up here, and our community is just one big family. So it's not really strangers. It's just you're helping your neighbor.
And after the storm, that's what you see. Not the radar, not the path, the people who made it through. We don't control the storms in Green Country. We just stay with you through them, being the voice you hear when it matters most.
That chased the entire thing from the Oklahoma Panhandle across the entire state.
I was working that night, and I could just, see it on the tower camera, and I just could not believe what I was seeing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is getting bad really fast. And it's coming for the biggest populated area in our viewing area, which is Tulsa. And some of the worst was in Midtown Tulsa with all the trees down, people without power for a week or even longer than that. And we had hot weather on the backside of that storm. And, we were pushing probably, I think, 90 degrees or even hotter than that. And people didn't have air conditioning for a week or even longer than that. So it was a very memorable storm for me. That was probably one of the worst storms I've seen working in this market for 10 years.
See, I also got the chance to be out in the elements, so I didn't really know what to prepare for. I'm not a storm chaser, so in my mind, I was like, what am I going to prepare? With a tornado, we know where to go to kind of get the best shot. But I'm like, it's nighttime. If this is straight line winds, there's nowhere to go. And so that mindset, and then also that gut feeling, because we fueled up before, and I remember specifically a Tulsa police, he was like, hey, what are we thinking about today? And I was like, I think it's going to be a long night. And sure enough, it took us so long just to even get back to the studio. It was like blocked road after blocked road, and not being able to even just get back to the studio, and so many power flashes. But I got like a good distance. And at first I was like, man, that's a lot of lightning strikes. And after a while I was like, that is all power flashes. And that is how you had that gut feeling of like, yikes. And it is just continuing to go through.
I mean, because we talk about, how to avoid if you're in the car and you are caught in a tornado warning or you see the tornado coming. We've talked about that. We prepare you for that. But in the straight line wind, you can't go anywhere. And I was right at 41st and Lewis when that wind hit coming to the station. And I had an experience unlike anything else with all the trees falling right in Midtown. Trying to get in the station, I think it took from when that wind hit, we clocked, 103 mile per hour?
It was around 100, the top gust in Midtown
right
Tulsa.
Around Midtown.
Yeah.
It took me from 41st to 45 more minutes to figure out a way in because there's so many trees down. so many power lines that were down. It was unreal. You know, I got in and I've never seen Tulsa quite like this, and been born and raised right here, and I'd never seen anything do the damage that did.
I've been next to and even inside a tornado before, so I know how it feels to be in those situations. My storm chasing experience goes all the way back to my college days when instructors would take us out and we would spend up to 10 days in the field tracking storms all throughout the United States, altogether about 15 states for me in that window of time. And since that point, I've been passionate about witnessing the weather in person, going out in the field, seeing everything coming together before your eyes. What's different about just what you see on camera versus experiencing it in the field is that it's a full sensory experience. You get to feel the flow of the air, you feel the moisture, you can hear the thunder, you can hear how the storm is evolving. I think for me, getting to see how the radar image translates to the actual storm is really important. So when I see something taking place on radar, and then I see it with my own eyes, that gives me the sense of what is really happening out there. When I'm thinking about this storm, maybe when I'm back in the studio and I'm relying upon my knowledge of being in the field, I'm thinking about what people nearby would be seeing and what they might be experiencing, because I've been there. I've been next to and even inside a tornado before, so I know how it feels to be in those situations, and I will convey that as best I can to the viewers so they understand that I know what they're going through.
From classrooms to communities across Green Country, these are the places where severe weather becomes real. And that's why 2 News Weather goes beyond the forecast. We step out of the studio and into the community, talking face to face about what to do when seconds matter. Breaking down the basics like the difference between a watch and a warning. Making sure you have more than one way to get alerts so you're never caught off guard. And walking through real-life scenarios like flash flooding, where just a few inches of water can turn dangerous fast. And tornado safety, where you go and how you protect yourself and your loved ones when a warning is issued. Because here in Oklahoma, severe weather isn't just something we cover. It's something we all live. And the more prepared you and your family are, the more control you will have when it matters most.
My job is a communicator to the public and trying to make what can be very complex information, breaking it down as simple and as understandable as possible so the community can make informed decisions. Here in Green Country, storms can change in minutes and sometimes while you are asleep. Forecasting is what we do, but forecasting only matters if you get the warning. The 2 News app is a big part of that. Radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, live coverage through the day. But when there's real severe weather, when you're in the path of a warning, there's one more layer to add: Weather Call. Weather Call isn't another app alert. It is a service that calls you by phone. If you are in a tornado warning, you get a phone call. If you are outside a tornado warning, you do not get a phone call. And when that phone call comes in,
this is 2 News Oklahoma Chief Meteorologist Michael Sager. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning.
It's my voice you'll hear. That's intentional. It's not automation. It's specific. It means this team has confirmed the warning applies to you right where you are. Weather Call can reach your cell phone, landline, even bypass Do Not Disturb at night. Push alerts are easy to miss. We all get a lot of them. A phone call, that gets attention. But this isn't replacing the 2 News app, it's strengthening it. We always recommend layers: the 2 News app, Weather Call, a NOAA weather radio. Build your protection before the threat arrives, because when the sky demands respect and the warning is yours, we want you to hear it. If you want that added safety layer, scan the QR code on your screen and sign up. Like, we've got an amazing team here with a lot of experience and a lot of local experience, which I think is huge. As far as me, in severe weather coverage, I bring a lot of, I know this is I think storm chasing is just so important. The knowledge you gain that you can bring forward to severe weather coverage. I've storm chased now for over 20 years of my life. I've seen, we talked about it earlier, I've seen numerous tornadoes. I've seen storms do all sorts of things. And all that knowledge gained, I don't think there's going to be another chief meteorologist in this market that has that. There just isn't. And I think I bring something to the table there that somebody in this market that is not as, what's the word I want to say? I think I bring something to the table there that not everybody has in this market.